Oh, hello, the 1 minute daily boost. Good to see you today. Yeah, I decided I was going to go live today, okay? Because when I first started, I couldn't even write, okay? Much less go live, okay? So once I was able to go live, then once I was able to write, and then I decided to go live, but I couldn't go live unless I had somebody with me for support. Okay? Because I didn't feel confident enough to do it by myself. So, as I recall, that individual that I reached out to was Sue Reed. This is who I am. So, hi, Natafe, how are you? Glad you could join. David Lee, thank you for joining as well. Um, so, as I was talking about in my journey, say, take a look at me now, right? Okay, well, thanks a lot. So I said I'm just gonna go live today for Ask Me Anything. Okay. So I just want to explain about the evolution of the empowered leader. Hello, David Morris. How are you today? Glad you could join. The empowered leader is basically for high performing leaders to help you navigate transition and lead transformative change with clarity, adaptability, and resilience. And from what I see, each and every one of you have that as well. Okay, that's a trait that we all have in common. Okay, so um, I would like to talk about the community chat. So I see it as a place that we all come together. It's like our playground, for example. It's a safe place where we can come in and we can collaborate. Hello, Nan Tran. How are you? Thank you for joining. It's a place where we can all come and to collaborate with one another. Okay. And so, with that being said, I'm going to make sure to open it up. So, if anybody have any questions or anything, you can reach out to fellow subscribers and ask them what their opinion is, because each and every one of us have talents and skills. As I have spoken to a lot of you. Um, oh, am I a bit off screen? If I am, I apologize for that. I definitely don't want that. Okay. Um, Maybe it's something that can be adjusted a little bit later. But I wanted to explain that the community chat is not mine. It's for everyone to come in and to contribute as they see fit. Okay, perhaps you want somebody to critique a poem or critique an article. Okay, maybe you're interested in getting somebody to come on a live with you or to collaborate with writing an article or doing an audio. I uh, I encourage you to use the chat facility for that purpose. Okay, so it's a space for each and every one of us to learn and grow together. Okay. So with that being said, Nan Tran, he has he has the control of this form. Okay, it's called a feedback form. So what we want you to do, put your feedback, suggestions, comments, something you would like to see, that you want less of. Please put it in that form. Because hello, Flora, thank you for joining us today. Please put the feedback, suggestions, recommendations in that form. You can do so anonymously. That way you don't feel like you're being attacked or anything like that, because this is a safe space. And and how we learn and grow is by getting feedback from other people and to see what you want more of and less of, because as I know, everyone's busy. Everybody has their inbox are filled up. So I don't want to give you more and have you quit because you're getting too many emails from me. Yet and still, I want to give you value for for you coming in to subscribe to the newsletter. So taking that in consideration, I would like to incorporate like a weekly rhythm, not maybe 7 days a week, because again, I don't want to bombard people's inbox. Okay. We can have a rhythm where I'm giving you some intentions during the week. We're doing the ask me anything, obviously. Giving you some tips and some tools that you can utilize in your daily lives, whether is your career or through life, giving you some reflections, giving you an opportunity to elevate you. Hey, you might be having an anniversary or a birthday. Hey, you should be celebrating. We should give you your flowers while we're still alive, while we can still smell them. So let's celebrate together. This is a community. Let's be a community. Let's support each other. Sharing is caring. And that's the whole reason. Hello, June Hall. Thank you for joining. And this is the whole reason this publication exists. Okay, now that I have gotten rid of that job, okay, now I can focus on this publication and in ways we can always improve in uplifting and motivating each other. So again, I'm going to make sure in each article that you have a link. Put your suggestions, your recommendations, and any questions you have, I will address it at the Ask Me Anything. I don't need to know who you are. I just need to answer the question that you have on your heart. Okay. With that being said, do you guys have any questions here? Okay, Flora. I'm just discovering your newsletter. What is the focus and goal of your newsletter? That's a good question, because I have continued to evolve, and we have to continue to evolve through life. So right now, having retired from my job, okay, and having moved 8 times during the process of my 39 years, I'm like, what best way that I can help people, genuinely help people? I've moved 8 times. Each time I moved, I had to figure out, okay, the lay of the land, who's friend, who's foe, and figure all of these things out, including logistics about where I live, what to eat, and everything else. So, other individuals going through transition and change, I can help them with that, because these are the most stressful times of an individual's lives. It not only affects the individual themselves, but it also affects your family, okay, and your kids. But the transition starts in the mind before it starts anywhere else. So, who best to help someone with transition? So this is what I'm focusing on now. And then people are like, okay, well, do you help women and help, or are you going to just focus on women? Oh, hey, I'll help men and women, like-minded individuals, okay? Because we all going through transition and change. Believe it or not, every day we are going through it. But major change, it happens over time. Okay, it's not something that you can just get through like immediately. Just like when they told me, when I realized, I was gonna have to decide, okay, they trying to fire me, so I'm gonna quit. Okay, I'm gonna retire. So I had to make that move in the moment. I had planned a year out. Sometimes our plans come before we're ready. Okay. So who else better to help you, okay? To sit down and help you to first calm down, to see what your choices are. Okay? Because sometimes you feel like your choices is really limited. And we have to take a step back, okay, and look at things very clearly before we make a move, because it domino effect. You make one move and it affects everything else and everybody else around you. Okay? So it's critical to have people that you can trust and rely on to be there for you when you need someone, and who better else to do it? Okay, so during these processes, because okay, we have our family here, we have our kids here, but there's going to be a point in time where those kids going to leave home. Then you're gonna have to figure out, okay, well, who am I now in this stage of my life? Okay, where do I want to go? Okay. And what does that look like 3 years, 5 years down the road? The decisions we made today was based on the decisions we made yesterday. Okay. And so by giving you the necessary tools, okay, and and the support you need, then that helps you to lighten your load. Okay. And that's why I'm here. I was brought here for a reason. Okay, I'm still on this earth and I want to make the best use of my time as I possibly can by helping you guys do that. So, um, is there any other questions that you might have? Please feel free. Don't hesitate. Um, the feedback form is going to be at the top of the navigation. It's going to be the third from the end. Please feel free to put whatever information you want. Like I said, it's anonymous. I don't. Nan Tran is the one that's going to be keeping track of that, okay? Because I have my own things that I need to do, okay? And him being a part of the team, each of us have our role and our responsibilities, and I trust that he does his part and I do my part, and we work together very well as a team as a result. So, does anybody else have any other questions, concerns, or anything like that? Feel free to reach out on DM or, like I said, fill out that feedback form. It's at the top when you go to the publication. It's on the navigation screen. It says feedback form. It's the third tab from the end. Okay, and please feel free to add whatever information that you want. Again, there's no right way and no wrong way of doing this. I've never ran a publication before, and I'm doing things the way that I feel, that works for me based on my values, based on my principles and things that I've from my learned experience. Does that mean it's going to always be right? No, absolutely not. So that's why I ask people for feedback. I got feedback during my whole career. Okay. I got more feedback than I think I deserved. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And I can go out there probably right now and get a job with any contractor, but I'm not trying to work for nobody else right now. A period. I'm working for myself now. And that's where I am. So as we all know, with our own business, we have to get feedback and to know in which ways we need to navigate this change that constantly is we're being impacted by change. I don't even watch the news anymore purposely, okay, because I'm going to stay focused on my goals and the things that I'm trying to accomplish in the remaining time here I have on earth, and I want to make that time count for something. Okay, and it's not going to be sitting up watching no TV. So I know that's right. Okay, because I look at all the things that I've already sacrificed. I got more time put in the game than I have left. Okay, so I want to spend it in nature. I want to spend it with doing beautiful things and seeing beautiful people and traveling the world. And that's the way I want to live the rest of my life. And part of that is uh, doing coaching and mentoring and helping other people do the same thing. Okay, so how can we work together to do that? And I encourage you guys, to get together and collaborate with each other. You have wonderful minds. You have all of these skills and talents, and how you want to be remembered. This month we're talking about legacy and succession. So how do you guys want to be remembered? You know, um, it all starts with now, actually, okay? To be that leader that your children, your grandchildren say, hey, grandma, she did this. She paved the way for us, the road that we're traveling now, you know? And a lot of people that I served with, in Iraq, some of them are now gone, died of cancer. And so, even myself, every 6 months, I have to go get radiation appointments to see, if they have grown or not, on the right side. And so I'm like, okay, I don't know if the next 6 months what it's going to hold. So I got to do what can I do today to make a difference? Okay. Um, so I have experienced some growth in my subscriptions, and I want to thank each and every one of the paid and the free subscribers, and I don't take it for granted at all. That's why I'm making changes to the publication to give people more content, more things to look forward to, because a lot of people have also publications as well. So how do we grow? We have to give in order to grow. Okay, we can't just come with words. We have to come with substance. We have to come with value. And when we give value, uh, then we reap the rewards. And this is what life is all about. We have to do the hard work. And that's when we can come in and get the dividends. Okay. It's like a bank account. You can't get nothing out unless you put something in. And I recognize that. So I've done all the hard work during my career. Okay. Now, in order to reap the benefits, to get a return on my investment here on this publication, I have to do the work and give the people what they need and what they want. And that's why I ask you guys to put in on that feedback form more of what you want and less of what you want, because I don't want to fill up your inbox with unnecessary information, which you already get anyway from everyone else. And I don't want you to get that from me. Okay? Because if you're like me, I am I have a short attention span, and whatever you need to say, I want you to say it quickly because I don't have a lot of time or patience. And I just keep it real. We have to keep it real with each other, okay? We have to address the elephant in the room, okay? So, so the reason why I wanted to do this is, to have a two-way conversation with people, see what you guys, want to see, what you want, what's on your minds. Do you have something that you want to discuss in particular? Um, it's all good. Hi, hi, Brandon. Hi, Wifa, and hi, Liz. Hi, Carl. If I forgot anybody else, Michelle, Simran, uh, thank you all for coming in. Do you all have any questions, any concerns, or anything? Um, Transparency, it is very important. So whatever you want is to know, ask me the question, because it's important. If we want people to buy our products, they have to know, like, and trust us first. Okay. What are you giving me? What do you have to offer? Okay. And I have a lot of lived experience, and I'm trying to figure out how to present that to people in a way that's going to be meaningful for you. Okay. Because I know that we're all are busy. So, absolutely, Brandon. It is. It is. That's why it's like I have to embrace it. You know what I'm saying? I always was hiding behind someone else. I have a co-host, which is really good to have, because then you get opposing opinions, okay? And you give an opportunity for people to get in front of different audiences so we can grow. Because each time we're in front of a different audience, people get a chance to subscribe to you and get an opportunity to know more about who you are. That's why I encourage people to go out and do lives, okay? But some people are just not ready to do that. Okay. Well, Brandon, I'm not sure if you're one of those individuals. I'm just using you as an example. Okay, maybe you would prefer to collaborate with someone in writing. Well, do that. Call up your buddy. Say, hey, let's collaborate on this article. I have one opinion. You have another. Let's do that. When you collaborate with people, people enjoy that article. People get a contrast and maybe a similarity in that particular subject, and it's just like creativity, like magic. Okay. Another way you can communicate, collaborate, maybe it's audio. Okay. I see a lot of people doing audios now with meditations and things like that. It's a lot of things that we can do. We as content creators can come up with a lot of different things, ways in which we can create our content by communicating with other people. Okay, that's what the chat feature is for. Go in there and say, "Hey, come on, let's get together. Let's have a collaboration. Maybe you want to do a 3-person panel. Okay, I think a 3-person panel would be really nice to have. So we have to get outside the box, you know, and think different things. Hi, Lexi, how are you, Sasha? So, do you guys have any questions, comments? Again, we limit ourselves. We have to stop limiting ourselves. I'm saying that for me too. Okay. So once we start now, just think how far we can be a month from now. Okay. From every live that I do, I learn something new. I go back and look at that live and I was like, okay, I could have said this. I could have done this. Now I use earbuds because I couldn't hear myself back before. So it's little subtle changes we can make. But if we don't never start, we can't make changes. Okay? Just like that little train. I think I can. I think I can. And just one step at a time if it feels right. Okay. And if you don't feel, like I said, again, if you don't feel confident with doing it yourself, go in with somebody else. I went in with Sue Reed, and that was one of my best lives that I did. Okay. And it's still getting views. And that's the thing about it. Everything that we create is still going to be carried on when we're gone. Okay, that's a part of our legacy. That's something that we can be proud of. Okay, I wrote a book on Amazon, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. And I never did anything with it, but it's still a part of my legacy, and I can still be proud about that book that I wrote. I got five stars on it from 5 people. I feel good about that. Okay? So every little thing that we do counts for something, and it's meaningful. Okay? So how do you want to be remembered? Okay? Um it all starts with that first step. That first step. That's it. And so how can I support you in that journey? Because we each and every one of us are the empowered leader. Okay? Each and every one of us. And what does that mean to you? Okay? When you see yourself, okay, through that lens, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? Okay. What type of leader do you want to be 2 years, 3 years down the road? I ask myself that every day. Okay. But it just starts with that single step, rather than putting that much pressure on ourselves. Whatever feels right in that moment is what I am doing. I can do that because I'm retired. Was I able to do that when I was working? Not freely. No, because I have obligations to this and responsibilities to this job that I didn't want anymore. Okay? And that was impeding my progress in so many different ways, more physically and mentally than anything else. Because I'm tied to a job, literally, with a ball and chain, that I have to get up and go to that job every day that I hate. And I am so thankful that I freed myself of it, even though right now that my pay ends on September 30th, and I'm asking myself, well, what are you gonna do instead? I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I would rather not be tied to that chain with that ball and chain anymore. I tell you that, to that job. I tell you that. If I got to go and do Instacart half a day, do something else, drive one of those handicap vans for another half a day, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. Okay, I will not be tethered to that job anymore. And that's what we have to do in life. That was a very, very difficult place to be. Um, okay, if I have to choose the two, I'll figure it out. Okay, and I have never been so happy in my life, for real. I just believe in my soul that everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to, because you know why? Everything has always worked out for me. So what would make this time any different, right? So that's where we are. I jumped off that cliff. I like, okay, when it's like a cat, when somebody back you up in a corner, you gonna come out that corner. Okay, I'm coming out. And I just jumped off the cliff, and like, here I am. Okay. So I'm like, hey, I've been in worse situations and I got out of it. So here we are. So I do feel liberated. I'm feeling liberated. I cannot tell you. So that's why I know that everything is gonna work out. How you guys doing, Mona and Zaval? I hope I pronounced your name right. This okay, journey to true self. Absolutely. You know, we have to shed ourselves. We have to shed all the other stuff. We have to shed the patterns. We have to shed the anger. We have to shed all the things that was not serving us, period. All of them. You know, it's like, I'm sorry, it's not about religion. It's like you die and you're reborn. You know, you're reborn as this new person. Okay, this new person that you don't even know. Okay, and that's who I'm figuring out as I'm going along. And it feels so good. I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you. When you get to that point, you will understand what I'm saying completely. And that's where I would like to see everyone. Okay? Everyone deserves that freedom. And that is power. That's power that nobody can take away from you. Nobody, because it's within you. And if we use the power that's within us, there is nothing that we can't do. There's no challenge that we cannot overcome. Okay? I'm here to tell you, I'm a living witness. Okay? I'm not telling you something that somebody told me. I'm telling you what I know. Okay? Yes. And so with that being said, you guys got some question uh for me, how I can support you. I'm here to support you. That's the reason why I wanted to have this live, to see how I can best support you. You all are empowered leaders. You join this publication for a reason. And so therefore I want to make sure to deliver the value that you came for. Okay? And together we're going to continue to elevate and motivate each other to make the world a better place. Okay, because what we have here we take out there, and we have to be strong, we have to be resilient, because obstacles and roadblocks are going to continue to come our way. They're not going to ever stop, not until we're 6 feet under, and I'm not nowhere near going ready for that. Okay, so I look at each and every roadblock and challenge as a challenge to step up, for us to step up and show who we are. Okay, that is what it's for. Okay, and it makes us forget the fear. Okay, because it's like, okay, I got to either do this or I'm not going to eat. I got to do this or I'm not going to be able to pay the rent. We don't never really want to ever get to that situation. We want to be able to be smarter than that if we can, but life don't always dictate that. It's life, like a lot of people that I work with in the federal government, uh, they got rid of a lot of people. Think about it. Person like me, I'm making six figures, okay? Because I got a lot of experience. I got a master's degree, okay? And so they got to pay me. So you get rid of me, then you can hire two people for one of me, okay? So businesses are getting smart. They're cutting back. So as they're cutting back, we have to think about that, that they're going to figure out, okay, where can we save the most money? Okay. But that's fine because I was treading water anyway. I was way ready to leave anyway. I was just waiting for a reason to leave. Okay. And, looking back now, I should have left sooner, but it is what it is. Hindsight is 2020. We can't cry over spilt milk. Okay. What lesson did I learn from that? The lesson I learned is you got to know when it's time to go. You don't wait for the wrecking ball to come and hit. You get out before then, okay? Because we get all kinds of signs, okay, but we just choose to ignore the signs because you'll hear the whispering. People over there whispering, and then they see you coming, then they stop. You don't think they talking about you? Okay, wake up. Okay, so different things. We have to pay attention to the signs. And when your body is telling you, your nervous system, you're nervous and you feeling some kind of stress and you're feeling depression. It's a reason. Your body is telling you, listen. It's telling you to get the hell out of that place. The people are toxic. Okay, and I just kept going and it going and going and going and going. Same thing for a relationship. Ain't no difference. You're like the same old shit. Here he comes. Okay, that shit ain't gonna get no better. But you keep telling yourself, "Oh, but just lay down or just let it. Let's just let it go. Get the hell out." Okay, do yourself a favor. Are you that miserable? Okay, really? Okay, I've been so miserable in relationships. I'm like, you know what? I'm alone anyway, so I have to continue to be in this useless relationship. Go, get out. And I did that. I freed myself of that. And I'm like, damn, why didn't I leave before then? Love yourself. Don't If you don't love yourself, ain't nobody else gonna love you. That's a damn sure. Okay. When I decided to love myself, my whole life changed. Okay. The people that I was with no longer interest me. It's like, who are you? Okay. When you love yourself, you see life in a whole different way. You move different, and you have a whole new lease on life. And now that I'm retired, I am less reactive. I just look at things more clear in the way they are in a rational way. Okay? Rationally. And then I can say, you know what? That relationship served me 10 years ago, 15 years ago, at a time where I really needed that person. Don't be upset. Sometimes we outgrow people. Okay? Sometimes people outgrow us. What do we have in common now with each other to even keep the relationship going? We don't. Next, move on. Don't cry over spilt milk. Okay? What lesson did I learn from that lesson? And move on. And move on. So that's what I'm learning to do, especially with the trauma that I have faced too. Okay, and it's like let it go. Only person is hurting is me. The person that hurt me for whatever they say hurt people, and that's true. My father was a hurt person. I can't change what happened to me from the past. Okay, he's dead, and and I understand that he was a hurt person. When a person like that doesn't want to get help, the best thing for you to do is let them go. Okay, let them go, because if you don't let them go, they're gonna pull you down the what you call a quicksand. They're gonna pull you down with them, and I'll be damned if I'm going down with anybody. Baby, you going by yourself, because I'm out of here. I don't give a damn how much I love you. You could be my right hand. If you if you are if they say we got to cut your the left hand off, I'm like, cut it off, because I'm gonna live. Okay, I'm gonna live as long as I can. Cut it off, and that goes for anything and anybody. Because I can tell you, as long as you messing with trash, it is never going to get no better. You got to let it go. Let it go. You can love people from afar, okay? You can love them to death from afar, and that's the way it's going to be, okay? So I just want to know if you guys got any questions, concerns, because I'm going to make sure when I put the article up that I put in that feedback form is anonymous. Please feel free to put whatever feedback, suggestions, recommendations. I'm not saying it's going to definitely go through, but the more chances of it happening will be good, because I can tell you on this earth right now that you can't please everybody. Even if you put out the form or whatever, somebody is going to have a problem with it. Okay. That's just human nature. Okay. And that's okay. We can agree to disagree. But if there's changes that I can make, I am more than happy and willing to make changes in order for this publication to continue to grow. Okay. When we see that our growth is stagnant, okay, it's a reason. Okay. Take a step back and look at that. What am I doing? What could I be doing differently? Okay. Sometimes the things that we were doing were working at that time. Maybe it's not working no more. Maybe you have to try something else. That's why I came on the live. I'm like, okay, nobody's commenting in the chat, and I want some dialogue. Okay. I don't want monologue. So I'm going to try something else. And if I find it's not working, I'm going to try something else. That's what we have to do. Continue to test and try things and see what works. Okay. That's what life is. Okay. That's what life is. Things don't always go as we want them to go. And that's okay. Okay, that's how we learn new things. I can't tell you how many new things I've learned since I've been on Substack. Okay, and that's gonna continue, because every time the Substack change something, I'm like, okay, well, let me figure that out. Okay, that's why I'm on YouTube. Okay, all right, I got YouTube. How do you do this? Okay, we got the tools available to us. Use them. Figure it out. Okay. Because I don't have no money to pay nobody, so I have to figure it out. Okay, there it is. Because changes happen so rapidly, it's hard to keep up. When I was working with the federal government, it was easy. I had boilerplates for everything. I had the boilerplate for when I first started doing modifications for contracting from for like 10 years ago. Okay. And I was using that same piece of paper as a boilerplate. Okay. Not anymore. You can't do that. By the time you make up the boilerplate, the game done changed. Like, damn, I already had this figured out. I got my little boilerplate here. Nope. You got to scratch that out and start over. Like, okay, whatever. That's life, especially when you're an entrepreneur. Okay. You got to figure it out yourself. Okay. It's not like I have a team like in the military that I'm talking about. I can count on and I call these people, you do this and you do that. No, because everybody got their own stuff that they trying to figure out. Okay. So, I recognize that. But however, it's good to have friends and it's good to have people you know. And that's what I'm saying, because people know me. I'm willing to give something. So people are more likely to say, hey, Margaret, what do you need? Can I help you with something? I'm like, hell yeah, you can help me. I need some help with this and this and that. Okay. But I'm not going to come to you not not gonna give you something in return. From where I come from, boo, if you don't give nothing, then you can't come and get nothing here, period. I don't even want to see you. Period. Okay, here come this truck. Here come this freeloader over here. You know, people ain't gonna tell you to your face, like, "Oh, baby, I can't help you. I'm sorry, I don't have nothing else." Okay, yeah, that person is done. But when you get a person that is dependable and is trustworthy, oh yeah, that people will help you tenfold, and that's what I learned through life. Okay, I don't go in looking for something for free. Okay. All right. You don't make dessert? Not I enjoy eating with people who enjoy their food. No question. Food is needed. Writing is my food. I love it. Okay? I love that. But that's another thing I wanted to talk about with you guys. Now, I love writing. Okay? That's on a whole different level than doing lives. I get a lot of satisfaction from doing lives. Okay? It gives me an opportunity to have a dialogue with someone else that may have an opposing or contrasting uh conversation, a viewpoint, okay, which makes for an interesting conversation. It gives you an opportunity to learn new things, to get in front of different audiences, and I recommend doing the lives for people because I really enjoy them. Okay, and even more so, I like helping young content creators who just starting out, because I was new once. Okay, and I had never written my hero post, and then somehow I got connected with Veronica. Veronica really encouraged me to write that post. Um, and if it hadn't have been for her, really, I wouldn't be where I am today. I connected with Claudia Faith. I connected with Anna, Kaylin. I connected with Khadijah. I connected with so many amazing people here on Substack. I just can't name everyone. And so when I see the new content creators out there, you guys might feel, you're struggling or you're not getting the likes, you're not getting the love and support. And my heart just feels for you because I've been in that space and I know how it feels. For a long time, I didn't get any likes on any of my stuff. And so I didn't even know whether it was any good or not. You know, I don't know what changed it. Maybe it was my live with Sue. I think that really helped to push me up to the top. Okay, and so when I after that, things started to change for me, and I started getting likes. I started getting, more subscribers and things like that. So that's what I'm saying. We need to get out of our shell and show people who we are and what we can do, because each and every one of us have unique qualities and talents that the world deserves to see and hear. So embrace that, okay, because I'm telling you, every time I get in front of people, it just amazes me how much that comes when you start talking. You go with your energy. You go with the things that you are passionate about. And when you talk about these things, it will just automatically gravitate to the world, and they will hear what they need to hear. So trust yourself, okay? And if necessary, if some of you ready and you need that one person that can be there for you, hey, hit me up. I'll see if I can add it to my calendar, But there got to be other people that you know and trust well enough to say, hey, can you do this live with me? Okay. Or can you do a collaboration with me? Just get you started. It'll just make a world of difference. I'll tell you that. Hello, Pedro. How are you? So, do you guys have any questions? I don't want to keep you too long. Um, Okay, Mona, I'm sorry. Yeah, I am, I am a certified, executive leadership coach. Okay. And I recently got certified in systemic team coaching through coaching.com. I work with individuals as well as organizations. I also have a master's degree in industrial and organizational psychology, and I have 39 years of experience working for the Army Corps of Engineers. So, if you need to know anything else about me or anything about my material, please feel free to look at the publication. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If anybody has any further questions for me or any comments, please feel free to use the comment feedback form that I have put on the site on the navigation on screen. The publication is the third tab from the end feedback form. Please feel free to add any suggestions, recommendations that you have, any comments whatsoever. It's anonymous, so you don't have to worry about anything coming back. This is all about trying to improve the publication and the services that I am going to be providing to you. Thank you so much for your time and for your for coming in. Thank you so much.